you usually save money, right?
Yeah.
So how much do you want to save? Do you have any goal?
With working, hopefully I can get to like month, millions, of course. Like that would be the goal.
亚洲人超爱存钱，外国人理财观念趋近于零。让我们来听听看，外国人理财观念会不会震破三观
How do you usually split your salary each month? Can you share it with percentage?
Okay, so like rent is gonna be about 50%. It's expensive in Chicago. It's food and like also going out, probably like 25%, give or take. Various stuff another 10, and then the rest I save.
60%就存起来，然后40%去做消费。
现在还是住家里吗？
对，住自己的家。
就是包含家用吗？
没有，不用家用，自己用。
怎么听起来很有钱？
笑容藏不住。
I don't split it, I just spend it.
70-30吧，70会存，然后30是可能我可以拿来吃饭，因为我不太会买一些有的没有。
我大概是存40%左右，然后60%就是看要怎么运用都可以，就是看那个月拿多少这样。
So what I do is I'll keep something aside for investments. Each month I do stocks and shares. So I will pay my loan, and then I pay for the car registrations and expenses, kids expenses, school fees and everything.
太烧钱。
And then 30% I do not put in the savings, I put in the investment.
那就是大概真的是60%左右，就是可能旅游，然后大概很少，可能10%、20%左右是自己的生活啊什么的，然后剩下的话就是存起来。
你有预计说要存到多少钱？
每个月可能至少要有4万块台币存起来的。
Yeah, I have a goal to live, not depends on my parents when I go to university, when I have a job.
I usually try to save all of it, so I try not to spend it, but I usually end up spending a good amount of it.
欲哭无泪。
About 100 grand, that would be a good number for me.
At least 500 or 1,000. It's about like health problem. It's at least the amount we need, I think.
With working, hopefully I can get to like 30-40 grand a month. Millions, of course. Like that would be the goal.
Whoa! 差不多3000块每个月，60
差不多，应该要在户头里面才能应付一些比较紧急的状况。
你们有在玩投资吗？
股票，我从19块阳明买到现在。
你还缺干儿子吗？
Like investment, basically. So I basically rent them out for the most part. The best thing you can do is rent it out and then just collect money that way. That's probably the best bet.
What do you usually save money for?
Well, travel, obviously. I'm here at Taipei Airport right now, so I like to travel, and then probably like the next goal, probably buy another house.
我应该也就是享受生活啊，为了享受生活才可能已经目标是要玩什么，然后再分配说我要花多少钱去或存多少钱去做这件事。
Usually, like if I want to like buy something in the future that costs a little more, I'll try to save it for that. A lot of my friends, they like to save their money for clothes, and a lot of my friends now save money for like future college.
Because my parents buy me the food, so I need money for just to walk with my friends, to go to cinema, something like hobbies. That's all.
我是没有特别的目的，只是觉得说搞不好以后会有机会，可能急需要用到一笔钱。
那你们存钱的习惯跟家里给你的观念有关系吗？
我觉得我是有，因为我们家就是会有零用钱的制度，就是你最后有多少，你就是只能用这些钱。
因为我们家没有零用钱，但是因为我弟是那种有多少花多少的人。
买，花钱，你就只会做这些。
然后我是自己知道说，这笔钱我拿了就是要存起来，但是我就觉得说，这还是跟自己就是有没有这个观念有关系。
台湾的人或是你们身边的朋友，普遍对储蓄的看法是什么？
大部分人应该都是都直接存在银行里吧，或者是弄定存。玩股票的人可能不多，他们可能觉得很危险。
They are very conscious on saving money because it's very expensive in the United States to live.
It's a difficult thing to saving much money in US.
Yeah, because the inflation and everything's so high there.
Yeah, of course. They would say it's important, but at the same time, it's like you also got to look at the type of lifestyle that's living in Los Angeles, it's a little bit more difficult. So it's like you can know if you're making a good salary in certain places, it's easier to save money. But then you come to like one of the most expensive places in the world, and the government takes all your money, so it's a lot harder for sure. I would say so.
我太难了。
Yeah, I think it's a good habit to do it, and most of my friends do it.
In Australia, everyone is very conscious about how they spend because everything is already very expensive, the houses and everything. So yeah, people do save lots of money.
一定会愿意花90%啊！我是反正一有长假期，可能你会发现到处的香港啊，什么日本啊，然后泰国啊，什么都会看到香港人，就是他们都会为了去玩。
就为了去玩所以存。对。Because I have heard that maybe like European or some American compare with Asian, they don't plan at money.
This is like the American Express say, live below your means, meaning like don't buy stuff if you don't need it. So there's people that like they're like in huge debt with their credit cards and stuff, and then there's people that are like super frugal and they're saving as much as they can. So you have a huge spectrum of people of all different sorts, you know? Does that make sense?